Aloha and welcome to the Houses segment of Live at the Legislature, where every week we sit down with various members of the House of Representatives to talk about issues, priorities, and legislation moving through the halls of the state capitol. The 2019 legislative session enters its final week this week, and with adjournment set for Thursday, May 2nd. But between now and then, there are still about 200 bills remaining that still need House and Senate action, and that is out of nearly 3,500 bills that were introduced back in January. At the start of the session, the House also welcomed 10 brand new members into its bosom. It was probably the biggest freshman class that we've had in years. They come from a diverse backgrounds and experiences. Their ages range from 34 to 60-something. And the women outnumber the men. Joining us this morning are two of those women, Representatives Rita Cabanilla, who represents District 41, the Eva Beach, West Lock, and Ocean Point. Thank you, Rita. She is also a registered nurse. She's a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserves, and she is a businesswoman. Also joining us is Representative Tina Wildberger from Kihei, Maui, and she is a brand new newbie to the legislature. She's a former member in the professional in the hospitality industry, and she is also a small business owner in manufacturing and distribution on the island of Maui. Welcome, ladies. Nice to see you. Nice to have you. So, Representative Cabanilla, this is not your first time at the rodeo. You were first elected here in 2005 and again last year. Has it changed? Is it the same?
Well, I would say there's a mild change. I'm coming back with a new leadership. And every leadership has their own personality, their style, as it should be. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but there's changes. Some are pleasing. I'm really pleased with the Committee on Finance, because now it seems like they're confronting visibility, accountability, and how monies are spent. They are tracking, and I like that portion of it. It's the way that money works at the legislature. For those who doesn't know, the legislature appropriates the money. It goes to the administrative branch, which is the governor. Then it goes to the different departments. Now I am seeing that this leadership follows where the money goes until it's spent, and questions those that are being asked that really doesn't belong to the state, and I'm really pleased with that.
Well, that's good. A lot more oversight, and yeah, there has been a change in the budgeting process, and that. Representative Wildberger, this is your first time here. Is it what you expected?
Well, I really didn't know what to expect, Carolyn. Having never worked in government, I'm coming out of the private sector to serve my community, and so everything has been a surprise. As Rita mentioned, as a member of the Finance Committee, I'm really pleased to see accountability in government being brought to the table, and also working with the Energy and Environmental Protection Committee. We have a lot of great bills coming to the floor that we think we'll see all the way through to bill making. So working hard towards sustainability and preparing for our future.
Well, I do know, I was looking at your back, you are passionate about the environment and about sustainability. You are also a businesswoman. Are you able to mesh the two? Is it possible?
I am. It was a little frustrating not to be able to work on everything. You know, I come to this job as setting the example as an employer who has been already paying a $15 minimum wage since October of 2015. So I did write a minimum wage bill and would have been happy to support a minimum wage bill. Were we able to bring one to the, all the way to the governor's desk this year? That's not going to happen, but maybe that's an opportunity for an even better bill next year. So while I am working hard on environmental and sustainability issues with the EEP committee, I have lots of different interests, so it's been a great experience.
Well, okay, we'll come back and talk about some of those interests as well. Representative Cabanilla, so when you started out this session, what were the priorities for you? What were you looking at?
Well, I was looking for funding a sports complex for Campbell High School. As we know it, Campbell High School has the biggest enrollees in the whole state. It's the big, and the land is compact. We don't really have room to grow. So redesigning the complex is priority.
Right.
So I was happy that the governor released some money for the planning and planning of the school, because the principals are really into, it's not just building. We have to design it properly, and I support them 100%. Another challenge they have is, like, you know, the Title IX that we have,
Right,
and the
right.
ACLU
With
lawsuit.
the locker rooms for girls and stuff
Right,
like that.
and
Okay.
ACLU came to the picture, which is either good or bad, but because, you know, it puts handcuff on certain funding that they would like to give. So so we can do what we need to do. But I'm so happy, again, with the Finance Committee, that they appropriated $5.1 million for the girls' locker room and sports complex, the athletic facility. It's not enough, but you know, it's a beginning, and you
It
just have
is
to
a big, and it's, you know, I'm glad that the problem was finally addressed.
Correct, yeah, and I'm really happy with that, and I really want to acknowledge that I'm very grateful with that, because at the beginning, nobody want to give funding because of the lawsuit with it, and the state usually wait till the lawsuit is over before they can appropriate money to the project, but I'm glad that legislature took a chance and said, let's fix it, because it needs to be fixed right now.
Great. I do know that sometimes, you know, bureaucracy can move very slowly. Somebody has said about the legislative process, it is a marathon, not a sprint. But Representative Wildberger, anything that came out this year that you are particularly pleased with? Things that maybe you're looking forward to working on next year?
Yeah, we got a great hemp bill that's coming through, really terrific.
Right.
It's got to be a glass half full thing. You could focus on what didn't happen, but this is not an instant gratification bit of business here. So we have a lot of people to collaborate with. We have a lot of different ideas about what should be happening to improve our communities. And so it's about collaboration, cooperation, and communication. One thing I wanted to bring here to this body that seems to be a tough sell is getting the counties, municipalities, and the state municipalities to work together to solve our common interests, our
Yes.
common challenges. And that's something that I'd like to work on next year as well.
Well, I'm sure that we all look forward to the next few days ahead, and then we can all get out of Dodge on Thursday after doing the work that we came here to do. Thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning. And thank you to all of you for joining us for Live at the Legislature. Hopefully we'll see you next week, Monday. Aloha.